Hey everybody, it's Daniel here from Mobile Syrup, and today we have the Windows Phone 8S by HTC, and this is launching on Virgin today in Canada, and this is the first North American release, and it's actually a really gorgeous device. So let's take a look through what the hardware offers, what the software offers, and while the video won't be able to show you the price, as we currently don't have it, the full review will have all those details for you when you read it. So stick around for that. But let's take a look at the hardware. First, we'll turn off the screen, and you'll notice that this is quite a small device. But don't take my word for it. Let's actually compare it to one of the larger devices on the market. Here is the Galaxy Note 2, and if I zoom out a little bit, you can see. Excuse the fingerprints, you can see just how much bigger this 5.5-inch device is over the 4-inch 8S. Now, the 8S is a very interesting device because it's one of those Windows Phone devices that comes in multiple colors. This is the blue on slate, I believe, and you can see on the bottom here that this little part is the same color front and back, and the back part is removable, and that's where you'll store the micro SIM slot as well as the micro SD card. And that's one of the first times that we've seen, actually that is the first time we've seen a Windows Phone 8 device with a micro SD slot other than the unreleased Samsung Ativ S. So what does this have inside of it? Well, the specs aren't quite as good as the 8X. This has a 1 GHz dual-core processor. It's a Crate generation, so it's still 28 nanometers, still excellent processing abilities, but it's 1 GHz over 1.5. There are 2 cores in there, so this is demonstrably faster than any Windows Phone 7.5 device. You also have 512 megs of DDR2 RAM in here. You have 4 gigs of internal storage as opposed to 8 or 16, but with that micro SD slot, you don't really need to worry about that, and that's actually going to be cheaper for you in the long run because micro SD cards are so cheap. You have a 5 megapixel camera, not quite the same quality as you would have on the 8X, but definitely a good camera nonetheless. And you can still access the camera quickly from sleep mode just by holding down the the camera shutter button. You can see here you have all those same features, including those lenses that we've spoken about before with Windows Phone 8. Now if we go in here, let's go into video settings, and you can see that the maximum resolution you can capture is 720p, and that's unfortunate. It would be nice to have 1080p here, but the 5 megapixel camera is probably the same as you saw on the HTC One V, which is the entry-level Android phone. Now this is much nicer looking, in my opinion, than the One V, and you have those multiple tile sizes here, so you can see, I can make my photo tile smaller or larger, depending on how you want it. You also have Bell services included, including mobile TV, which has been redone for Windows Phone 8. And if we launch it here, you'll notice that this is not a LTE device. This is actually an HSPA Plus only device, but it is dual carry HSPA Plus as far as I know, so that should allow you maximum speeds on Bell's HSPA Plus network. So let's take a look at, say, NBA TV. Now we want to watch. Let's just watch the channel itself. Now you can access on-demand stuff here too, which is nice. Okay, so that's not available right now. Let's go to something that is available right now. Let's go to CTV2. So you can see here the maximum volume isn't too good, but it's decent. And if you turn it over, you can see that same little dots, the kind of bezeled speaker grill that came with the 8X is still present here. You have Beats audio as well, which is really nice for headphones, but you don't have that extra powerful amplifier as you did with the 8X. So there are a few things here that you're going to miss from the 8X, but let's talk about the screen for a second. Now this is 800 by 480, so this is WVGA, but it's much more dense than typical WVGA devices, and that's because this is a 4-inch screen. It looks really great. It's super LCD, which means that you're not going to have to worry about anything to do with pentile displays or anything like that. This is just a really high quality super LCD display. Colors are really rich. You can see that the viewing angles are quite good, actually, especially up and down. Horizontal's a little bit finicky. You can see the green kind of fades away, but up and down looks pretty good. And overall, this is just a really nice entry-level phone that feels fantastic in the hand. Really, really compact. I love how this feels in the hand. It's got that same textured backing as the 8X, but overall I actually like this better in the hand than the 8X. It's not quite as tall, and although I do miss the 720p display, I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with the 8S, especially once it drops to $0 on a 3-year term. Now the outright price is going to be something that's going to be interesting to see, and if this comes in under $300, you have a really, really good pay-as-you-go data device on Virgin. So we'll update you with all the information in our full review, but this has been a first look at the Virgin Mobile Windows Phone 8S by HTC. Thank you so much for watching.